Hi guys, welcome to Dumbminds Presents Machine Learning for All. I am Sukresh and I will be assisting you to learn machine learning from theory concepts to the practical implementations in both Python and Java. Let's start our journey. So today's agenda is to learn the type of all machine learning algorithms. So we're just learning the types of them. We are not learning those algorithms at the beginning itself. And after that we'll be learning the supervised learning and the types of them and some few examples for the supervised learning. This is a simple introduction to the supervised learning algorithms in machine learning. So let's get started without wasting time. As we have previously stated, machine learning is an approach of letting machines to learn. So today our session is to learn what are the categories and types of machine learning. The types of machine learning algorithms differ in their approach, the type of data they input and output, and the type of task or the problem that they are intended to solve. So we classified these algorithms based on these three parameters: approach, type of inputs and outputs, and the type of task or the problem. Okay, based on these we categorized the machine learning algorithms into three major categories. One is supervised learning, second one is unsupervised learning, and third one is reinforced learning. For the today's session we will only be learning supervised learning. Supervised learning is the foremost category of the machine learning. In this type of approach, the data set contains both the inputs and outputs. So, as we have the inputs and outputs, based on them, we'll make a model that can process the given data set. So, supervised learning means we provide both the inputs and outputs, which indirectly states that we are supervising the work of the machine. Got it right? The reason why we are giving both the inputs and outputs is we actually want to supervise the work of the machine. After that we'll be checking its working mechanism. If it works fine, we'll take it, otherwise we'll change its structure. This is what exactly supervised learning means. So supervised learning is itself also divided into two types. One is a classification and another is a regression. So let's check them with the suitable examples. Have a look at the given table. It is a data set of a shopping mall, which is useful in predicting whether the customer will purchase a particular product. If we consider the gender, age, and salary of the customer as a parameter, if he buys, the product column will be given 1, otherwise it will be given 0. So this type of learning is called supervised classification learning. The reason why we are stating it as classification, because we are classifying the outputs into discrete values as zeros and ones. At some other problem we might be classifying them as some other things, but the core concept here is to classify the outputs. So classification algorithms are used when the required outputs are discrete. If we can take a real world example, Gmail classifies mails as spam mails and not spam mails. You got it right? This is a perfect example for the classification algorithms. So there Google uses a classification algorithm which can classify the mails as spam mails and not spam mails. This is all about the classification algorithms. And one more type of supervised learning algorithms types is regression algorithms. This is exactly opposite to the classification algorithms, because the outputs in these regression algorithms are not discrete. Their range is in the domain, so the output can be any value in that range. Let's see the next table. See, it is a meteorological dataset which serves the purpose of predicting wind speed based on the parameters like temperature, pressure, humidity, and direction. So based on these parameters we'll be finding the wind speed. So wind speed is not a discrete value, it is a value in the domain, whole domain. So this is not a classification, this is a regression. So that's why it is called a regression algorithm. Got it right? The main difference comes here only because in the classification algorithms we classify the outputs into discrete values, but in the regression algorithms they are not classified, they are actually continuous. This is the main difference. You got it right? While training a model, the data is usually split in the ratio of 80 and 20. That is 80% of the training dataset and the rest as a testing dataset. In training dataset, we feed both inputs and outputs for the training model. The model learns from the training data only. After that, we'll be testing the accuracy level of data model by checking the next 20% of data. If it gives approximately correct values, which means we have trained a machine perfectly. Otherwise, we have to change its functionalities or structures. So this is how an industrial machine learning approach works. So we'll not be giving all data for the training itself. We just giving 80% of the data for training and 20% of the data for testing. You got it right? If you want any kind of examples, algorithms for supervised learning, we can take as a linear regression and nearest neighbor algorithm, decision trees, and logistic regression, and a lot more. These are all the types of algorithms in supervised learning. So this is a brief description about supervised learning. You got it right? If you still have any doubts in this, you can post me in the comment section so that I can give you solution, or I will show you the way to reach the solution. If you got partially clarity, you can just refer the video again, because you won't get at the first time itself. You may have to watch once or twice. If you like our work, kindful to give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Dumb Minds and press the bell icon to get the notifications of latest video. Thank you, and see you in the next session.